Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 6 of this Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as the French. In the last episode, we continued building up our industry in order to get the production up and running to fortify the borders of France against Germany, Italy, and most likely nationalist Spain. We are continuing the process of fortifying, however, we are being increasingly outnumbered here on the German-French border, and we have been outnumbered for some time on the Italian-Franco border as well. So, yeah, not good time. Oh, Britain's... Oh, you're in Gibraltar. Right, never mind. So we are still producing factories as quickly as we can. We are also building basically everything else. We really need to ramp up our fighter production. That's the thing I am the most concerned about. So actually, I'm going to assign all future factories to that. Support equipment's another thing that we're a little behind on. We could do with more light tanks, but I think that's mostly for the divisions that we are currently producing. We have some more colonials, which we should actually start adding to the... Whoops. Middle East, because they had absolutely no additional troops. Now we should have some more here. However, we're not immediately adjacent to any enemies. We need to build up our Algerian defense, I think, because we are next to Italy over here. And I'd actually kind of like to take Libya from them. So I believe it's a source of oil, is it not? You're not going to tell me? No, Libya is apparently not a source of oil. It's not a source of anything. Ethiopia is a very small source of rubber, but that's it. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Okay, we have got the fortification bonus, which means that we can now build land forts and coastal forts more quickly. And we are going to start on the Alpine forts to make sure that our border with Italy is secure as possible. Actually, what do we gain for that? We get the extension of the Alpine line. It's not actually going to tell us what we get with it. We gain Alpine forts. Well, we may need to add some more forts to that area as well. How's that anti-air defense over here? Aha! Field hospitals. Marvelous. So here we get less experience loss and we get trickle back. So that means 1 in 5 soldiers will now return to our manpower pool rather than just dying, which is fantastic. What technology do we want? It's now July of 38, so we should probably get improved infantry equipment 1. Yes, we should definitely get that, and then we should get the support equipment as well. Not support equipment, support weapons. Not support equipment, support weapons. Okay, cool. We can do that. Unpause. I'm still getting really nervous about this. I'm doing everything that I know that I can do, but I'm still nervous. Still building the colonial brigades. How many weapons do we now have? Oh, we've got 17,000 weapons stockpiled. And world tensions at 22%. Still waiting for them to do their stuff against Czechoslovakia and Poland. Man, they are really beefing up the number of troops on our border. Don't like that. Hopefully we've beefed up our own borders rather more than the AI does. We no longer get the effects from government strength and support. Okay, which means as soon as we have Alpine forts, then we can switch to defensive stratagems. With that, we will no longer have the disjointed government, and we can actually start doing more better stuff better. Because we won't have the national unity nor the daily political power cost penalties, which will be fantastic. And then basically that wakes us up and we suddenly become rather more active on the international stage, which is where we want to be. How's production going? We are stepping things up. We are now building 1 fighter a day. We should probably deploy said fighters. We'll deploy them here. We'll add a wing of 100. So shift click. Okay. And then where are the air regions? Oh, northern France is the air region. So yeah, we want to assign all to northern France. Except not you. Oh, except no. We have some planes down here which would be southern France. So you, southern France, yeah, all of you. Okay, fantastic. Then your orders will be air superiority, combat, combat, naval strikes. Aha! We have heavy tanks. Marvelous. And next up we will... That's the only one that we can get. This will be the next one, the ARL-44. So, we need to assign tank production of heavy tanks. I want about that many. I'll put you ahead of motorized. And then we need to start actually building a heavy tank template. Will we actually be able to do that immediately? Oh, and we have 3 dockyards. Right, because we are not building any ships whatsoever. We want destroyer 2s. Yeah, build infinite. Assign all production to them. And then when they are built, assign them to the battle fleet. Go. Excellent. So we could add a heavy tank battalion to this. Or we could replace them with heavy tanks. So we could have the light tanks in the motorized infantry. How fast? Don't do that. Are motorized infantry in comparison? If we look on the research tab, that should... Whoa, we're not actually doing any more research just yet. I should probably set that. We wanted support weapons 2, which boosts more defense. And yeah, for everything. Good. We also wanted to see the tank differences. Your speed is 5 kilometers per hour to your 12. Infantry move at, you know what, I should just do this through this tab. You move at 4. So we want the heavy tanks with the infantry lines, basically. So we might add some heavy tanks to this. That'd be kind of interesting, actually. Oh, it would cost 35 to replace. Never mind then. Unless I can add them. That costs 25 to add. Okay. Continue. Oh, did we add? No, we did not. Edit you. We want to add hospital units to that, except you cost 10, which we don't have the points for right now. How do I get more points? Army reform gives experience. Army experience is what you use to modify the templates. You can also use them to modify unit powers. So for example, if I go to production, here we go. So in where this build new unit tab, I can then create a variant, and then with experience I can change their values. The Munich Conference. German demands for the Sudeten region of Czechoslovakia, where a significant number of ethnic Germans live, have come to a head. Hitler has positioned forces along the Czechoslovakian border in preparation for an attack. Talks are being held in Munich between Britain, France, Italy and Germany in the hopes of negotiating a peaceful end to the Sudeten crisis. The British have made it clear that they have no intention of going to war over a quarrel in a faraway country. Should we follow their lead, or should we honour our obligations to Czechoslovakia by offering our support? British be damned, France supports her friends. loses us a bunch of political power. We we give condemned aggression to the German Reich. Czechs get that. And that would allow us to create a faction. Oh, we would leave the Allies and create our own faction, but we would get national unity. Or we betray them. I'm sorry, guys, I'm just not ready. German demands for the Sudeten territory in Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable German minority, have intensified. At a summit held in Munich, Germany, Britain, France, and Italy sought to find a diplomatic solution to the so-called Sudeten crisis. Czechoslovakia was not invited to attend. An agreement was reached in which Germany annexes the Sudetenland but would not pursue any further territorial gains in Europe. Mr. Chamberlain spoke to crowds in London. For a second time, a Prime Minister has returned from Germany, bringing peace with honour. I believe it is peace in our time. You are so wrong. Okay, so things are definitely getting worse and worse. We're at 24% tension. Has Spain fallen yet? Very, very close. I would love to get involved in this conflict, but yeah, it's too late. It's definitely too late. Aha! So we have completed the Alpine line, and we are going to start on defensive stratagems. Extension of the Alpine line. We have begun work on improving fortifications of the Alpine line. When these defences are finished, the Italians would be mad to cross the border. We gain 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, in a province in the state. So it's just level 2 and everything. Yes. Soviet withdrawal. After a build-up of Japanese forces in Manchuria, the Soviet Union appears to have unexpectedly withdrawn units that were stationed right alongside the border. This may be a bid by Moscow to avoid future confrontation with Japan, possibly triggered by the stinging memory of the defeat Russia endured in the Russo-Japanese War. Perhaps this will result in lasting peace. I doubt it. So one thing I was considering is, do I want to beef up these defences any further? Like, how many men? Oh, geez, you have 55 divisions there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to beef those defences up. Which is irritating, because I want to keep building up my industry. Do I have any more troops to give out? Oh, I do. You and you go to Savoy. You go to Algeria. You and you all go to Maginot. Oops. Maginot. Click there. Click there. Africa, I think, go automatically, and then Benelux there. Ah, tension rising. Production continues. We're still getting more fighters. We're now at 1.5 a day. We still need a lot more. We don't yet have any production on heavy tanks. You know what? I want a heavy tank production. And the rest can go on there. We're now getting 1.8 a month. And we are no longer building motorized. Okay. How many do we have stocked? We have 1,000 motorized stocked. We still need support equipment, but we've almost actually reached the number that we need. And towed artillery, we have reached the number. Oh, no temp, what? Oh yeah, I know. It's saying I'm producing equipment for a unit I don't actually need or use. The fall of Nanjing. The capital of the Republic of China, Nanjing, has been occupied by forces of the Empire of Japan. Despite fierce resistance from the walled city's Chinese defenders, Japanese troops managed to capture Zongshan Gate and fought their way into the city. Sporadic gunfire can still be heard and several fires raging in different parts of the city, but most surviving Chinese forces have either withdrawn or been captured. Along with the capture of Shanghai, this is a significant victory for Japan in their war against China. Ooh, yeah. Nanjing's their capital at this point, isn't it? Where is it? There. Treaty of Madrid. Nationalist Spain took 7 states. Republican Spain was annexed. Bugger. The end of the Spanish Civil War. With the surrender of the last Republican strongholds, the Spanish Civil War has come to an end. The nationalists stand victorious, and a new era has begun for Spain. The war-torn country has suffered greatly in the fighting, and there is much rebuilding to be done. An interesting development. We are now at 42% world tension. Ooh, 18% was brought about by that Treaty of Madrid. Interesting. Okay, we have got low echelon support, which is another fighter doctrine. Fighter detection, plus 20%. Yes, we want that. Speaking of fighter detection, we need to build some radar. How do we do this? We go into here, and then radar. There it is. One there. I think that's all I'm going to bother with for now, because they're not cheap. I'm going to make that a priority. Now, do I want to invest more in this Italian border? I think I have to. Why is there a tank there? There shouldn't be any tanks here. Why does Maginot have colonial divisions? That's better. Okay, so Maginot. Control, click, go. Alpine, control, click, go. Any more troops built? Yes, 1 regular infantry for Maginot. I think that we need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need a lot more infantry divisions up and running. Now it's basically a choice between having more military factories producing more units or building some forts along this line to make this area even more defensive. I mean, it is already mountains, which is going to be extremely tough for the enemy to get through. And we do have Alpine divisions here. Oh, you also have colonial. Yeah, so the next regular infantry guys I think are going to have to go to the Alpine region. That motorized, you're not going to be much good there. Join Maginot. Right, Maginot, shift, click, there. Okay, control. It's a control, not a shift. Right. Production is going on. We've still filled all the needs, that's good. We now have 38 factories. How many has Germany got? I dread to look. 58 to 68. I mean, we're catching them. No, we're not. Not really. Oh, we have more troops on this border again. But Italy definitely has more on this one. But we do have ridiculous defensive bonuses. And they are not building many Alpine troops over there at all. Aha! Faster research, that is good. Now we've still not got land doctrine, do we? And the reason for that is we still have the Victors of the Great War penalty. How do I get rid of that? That was the army reform. And for that I need defensive stratagems to get rid of. Yeah, okay, we're on track, we're on track. Oh, research slot, my bad. Of course, yes, I was just doing those. I think I would like to have Encryption would be nice, but it's not vital. We've got those things in development. '39 is when we would get the mountain infantry too. I'm actually kind of tempted to start these now. It's November, and it would boost our mountaineers' troops skill a fair bit. This is also 39. Even more entrenchment. You know what? We're going to start this because that's basically what we're relying on. Is just having this really, really solid front line, and then basically say, "Come at me, bro." No template. That's fine. What are we low on? Oil again. Do I care? No, I don't think I do. However, here I think I will boost you by 1 so we get the motorized first, because we don't actually have this in any division just yet. Actually, if we added heavy tanks to all of our divisions, we would need a lot of heavy tanks. They do take a long time to produce. Just out of interest though, what would it add? More defense, +6 versus their no. Right, tanks have more of a breakthrough. Soft attack 18, soft attack 6, so it has 3 times their soft attack. Right, improved infantry equipment 1, excellent. Just close that for a second. Should we start on weapons 2? Yes. Because we want our more advanced guns as soon as possible. Aha! Defensive stratagems. Marvellous. So we now lose the disjointed government, which is fantastic. And we can now send volunteer forces. Great, thanks. Yay. Army reform. Which will lose us the victors of the Great War thing. Okay. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Just hope it's in time. Oh, so tense. So what will the next guy be? War industrialist? Means that we do build the military factories more quickly. Ooh, and we do actually need to start assigning some more. Right, here is the question. Do we want to build some land forts? How long does it take? 1,300, 3,600, so it's actually a fair bit cheaper. Just so I never need to worry about this border. We'll do that. Still no template. Still low. Oh wow, yeah, we are very low on manpower. So I think the next thing that we spend government points on will be to change. But things must go on. And speaking of things going on, we probably have troops to assign. We do. You, and you. Maginot. You and you. Savoy. Savoy. Assigned to there. Maginot. Assigned to there. Okay. Go. They have 9 tank divisions to our 7. I wonder how strong their tanks are in comparison though. You know what? Only 9 to 22 tanks compared to our 28. Oh, and that's in the 7. 18 to 31. It's probably roughly the same. Oh, we can now modify the government, and that should definitely be conscription. Okay. And yes, I'm actually going to do that. Oh, I have to be at war to do that. Okay, in that case, we'll wait until we're actually at war, though that will mean that I can't actually recruit any more of these divisions that are being built, which will suck horribly. Alright, more colonial troops, and then after this, I'm going to stop building them. I don't think I need any more. It's in here. Cancel all of those. Okay, cool. And that has just given us a bunch more manpower back, so we can start building regular troops. We've got support weapons too. That's lovely. I think we're going to go for the mountaineers. Go. I could also get no, and I'm going to need the manpower for when we're at war. So I'm going to bank the political power for now. We are producing more political power, so we will be a little bit more flexible than we have been, but not a huge amount. Okay, once we have got army reform, we should probably look at air focus and then fighter focus, I think. And how are we actually doing in production now? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We're now producing 2.5 planes a day. That's good. That's very good. Although I can already see that I'm going to need a lot more planes here in this area. Actually, you... How do I unassign you without actually... I don't want you flying over there. Yeah, do follow that carrier. Because I really want you to do that. Okay, so you can't do missions while you're on board. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, fine. Whatevs, we'll sort it out when we're at war. Speaking of war, though, we should probably assign more fighters. Lorraine could do with some more. Let's do another. German Reich claims Memel, with German forces at the border poised to attack Lithuania, has given in to a German ultimatum demanding the... Oops, that was not paused. Old Prussian territory of Memel. It was passed to Lithuania by the Treaty of Versailles, but has now been reintegrated into the region of Ostpreußen, which would be over there. I'll deal with the planes in a minute. This bit. Have we yet reached the extent of German territorial ambitions in Europe? Experts are doubtful. Army reform. Huzzah! So we've got some more army experience. We have a research bonus. Oh, we have 2 times research bonus for land doctrine, so we need to push those out pronto. And we have a new design company as well. Okay, cool. So, where do we go from here? Air focus for sure. Okay. We're about to get a bunch more troops in. For some reason our manpower has just gone up as well. Wonder why that was. Don't know. Okay, so we need to start researching the land doctrines. We will do that once our next technology comes through. It's probably the way to do it. We have got some more troops, which are going to be... No, just you. Going to Maginot. Then the other two lines are going to Savoy. I need to beef their defences up. Savoy. Shift click there. Maginot, shift click there. Go. Get into position. Okay, now their encryption is better than ours. And they are building a huge army over there. And we are up to 55% national unity. Not sure how we can make that higher though. And we are now doing all-out production on those things. Have we filled our need? No, not quite. Oh, we're upgrading to those new fighters. Which means that we'll have a bunch of old fighters too. Right, that's what I was doing, in fact. Airbase plus that, okay, plus that, okay, plus that, okay, plus that, okay. Apparently if you do it in sets of 100, then your fighter races are more useful when you get them. Although I am taking the route which doesn't get as many fighter races, I believe, so maybe it's less important. You know what? Yes, I'm going to do... I'll have one set. Add. Do it by 200s. 200 there. And then all of those there. Okay. Now why can't I... Lorraine, I want you all here. Alsace, I want you all here. Provence, I want you all here. So if we go to Lorraine, we can say target, target, target. You can go after the bombers. No, in fact the old planes can go after the bombers. And the new planes can go after their fighters. That's probably the way to do it. Now apparently they are much less efficient if you tell them to do both. It is a possible thing, but you probably want to do something like that. And then Provence, no. Southern France. New fighters are going after the fighters, and we have no old fighters here at all. In fact, we have our tactical bombers there. Okay. Well, I think that's it for this episode. My voice is really cracking up, so I'm going to take a bit of a break. So thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, then please do hit me up with a like and a subscribe. I have a feeling that war is going to be in the next episode, so I hope you join me for that. I'll catch you then. Goodbye.